Welcome to my helpful guide for Canada. Should you be looking to travel, replace, live, or do business in a foreign country, I will give you a helpful head start on understanding this country and its culture. So I have divided my speech into 9 topics. There are topics about accommodation, cuisine, souvenirs, which you have to buy in this country. There are topics about culture of Canada, its location, transport system, healthcare system, and the main sites. So let's start with the location of Canada. Canada is the country in the northern part of North America. Its territory extends across the width of continent, so Canada is flanked by the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean on east and west. Canada is bordered by the Arctic Ocean on the north, and it is bordered by the United States on the south. By the surface area, Canada is the second largest country in the world. Its population is about 37 million people. The main languages are English and French. The religion in Canada um, is quite diverse, but Christianity is the largest with 67% of population. The capital of Canada is Ottawa, and main cities are Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal. What can we say about the culture of Canadians? The culture of Canada has been primarily influenced by various European cultures and traditions, especially France and Britain. Also, there are influences from indigenous Canadian people and from the neighboring United States. Core Canadians' values include fairness, social justice, and inclusiveness. This is evidenced by the country's approach to the government, which include higher taxation to promote the redistribution of wealth, social health care, um, uh, um, legalization of same-sex marriages and abolition of capital punishment. At all, Canada have quite open attitude to other cultures and religions. Some words about clothing. Clothing in Canada is quite similar to that of the United States or any other countries on West. Um, but the main point you need to know that it could be quite cold in some states of this country where temperature can get more than 40 degrees below zero, and you need to make sure that you wrap up warm. Let's go to national cuisine of Canada. Canadian cuisine has evolved from far-reaching cultural influences such as Europe, Asia, Caribbean, and of course France and Britain. Also, there are contributions from each individual's family, town, or state, which make to create their own smorgasbord, as it's considered to be. So the first one national dish is poutine. Poutine is a French fried-looking dish and arguably the most national Canadian dish. It is the best thing that came out of impact of France on Canada. This dish is quite popular throughout the cities, and such fast foods as McDonald's serve this dish too. Next national dish is Nanyama bars. At all, Canadian food is quite similar to famous dishes of different countries, but it differs with its specific flavor, ingredients, and some secrets of its origin and how it is cooked. So Nanyama bars look like cheesecake. It's a sweet dessert made uh, of crumbs as base, icing in the middle, and topped with chocolate. And the last one, of course, maple syrup. Maple syrup is the best thing comes out of Canada. Can you imagine that the town of Quebec provides more than 85% of the words maple syrup that is used in different dishes of different countries. It is used as topping for French toast, waffles, porridges, and many other dishes. Next topic is Canada's universal healthcare system. If you're a citizen of Canada or permanent resident, you can apply for healthcare insurance. With it, you don't have to pay for most of healthcare systems services. Um, the universal healthcare insurance is paid for through taxes. If you want to use any of healthcare services, you need to show your insurance card in a hospital or clinic. But you should understand that each state or town has its own insurance plan. Um, Now I will tell you about accommodation. It's interesting information for tourists who want to find an accommodation during their traveling in Canada. Canada lodging is similar to that of America, ranging from business class hotels and luxury spa resorts to small inns and B&Bs. Canada is among countries in the world with the lowest level of population density, which means that plenty of locales for um, campsites, lodges, and resort hotels. The least expensive variant for tourists is to find hostels and dormitory bed, which price starts from $25. Prices for hotels are less predictable, and you will be very lucky if you find a double room hotel. In hotel, less than $100 in a high season and whenever you are. Um, about transport. Most Canadian cities and major towns have an efficient public transport system. The large network of buses provides the main transport network for urban areas, but other modes of transport are also available. For example, Toronto has its subway, Montreal has the metro, Vancouver has its SkyTrain, and Ottawa has its O-Train. Fares are reasonable. The transit tickets are also available for daily, monthly, and multi-day travel. The country is full of sites indeed. There are a lot of architectural, culture, nature, and historical types of sites. The most interesting place in Canada, uh, it is its capital, Ottawa. The main sites of Ottawa are Parliament, where and ordinary people are welcome. The Tower of Peace, with its 53 bells, Picture Square, quarters around the market, Halbayard, and the Ridley Canal, which turns into the longest ice rink in winter in the whole world. Also, Canadian Museum of Nature and numerous other sites. The second attraction of Canada is Toronto. Toronto is a city of skyscrapers and offices, but at the same time, Toronto is quite a green city with a large number of parks and gardens with different flowers, trees, and bushes. The main sites of Toronto are Entertainment Complex at the Ontario Square, Hyde Park, and Elizabeth Park, Islands Park, on Lake Ontario, Golden Tower, on of the Royal Bank Plaza, and many other sites. Of course, when we speak about the main sites of Canada, it's important to mention the Agava Canyon area, and of course, beautiful place, Niagara Falls. Also, Canada is known to be a popular place for shopping enthusiasts, so I have the list of souvenirs that you need to grab. So, first one, of course, maple syrup. Maple syrup is the most famous and very popular in store, and also well-known staple of Canada. Next one is Inukshuk figure. Made of stone, Inukshuk figures are located in the north of Canada. These figures were used for generations by Inuit people who used it as conversation tools in aid of survival. Next souvenir can be beer or whiskey of Canada. We all know how it could be cold in Canada, and whiskey and beer can help you to stay warm and don't let freeze you. And when we speak about souvenirs from Canada, there is needs to talk about Canadian food, and this food is popular because of its secrets that made it quite delicious. You can buy um, Laura Secret Chocolate, Lay's Ketchup Chips, or Nanyama Bars. To conclude, Canada is really worth visiting. It's incredible country, and I believe that all of us can travel to this amazing country after the quarantine. So thank you for your attention. Goodbye.